Finding out that your loved one is going to die in the very near future, so I'm talking days, weeks, or months due to a disease, can really shift anticipatory grief into high gear. My family learned that my mom would die from her brain cancer on January 5th because the experimental trial that she was participating in wasn't working. My dad told me to wait to come home because there were a lot of people coming to visit my mom immediately following the news, and we thought that we had months left with her. So I decided that I would be there for my mom's 60th birthday, which was going to happen at the end of the month, so only a few weeks away, which didn't really seem that risky at the time. But I was stuck in New York City without a job at the time, so no consistent distraction. So all I was doing was thinking about the fact that I was about to lose my mom. The emotion that I grappled with the most during this time period was actually regret, which is very much on display in the moments I included for January 10th through 14th in my book, Losing Linda May, A Cancer Caregiving Memoir. I was just really mad at myself for not cherishing my mom more. For example, I have been an avid photographer since high school, but I hardly took pictures of my mom because I thought she was a permanent fixture in my life. Like, I didn't think I would lose her until she was very old. So I always prioritized taking pictures of things that felt more fleeting to me. I also never thought to save voicemails from her. It wasn't like I actively deleted them. It was just that anytime I upgraded to a new iPhone, I opted to start from a fresh slate instead of transferring everything from the old phone because I felt like it worked better if you did that. So I just lost them all. And for that reason, I decided to record all the final conversations that I had with my mom during those last weeks of her life. Now the iPhone makes this really easy to do, but back in 2015, I had to buy this third-party recorder app that I would bridge into every phone call using the three-way call feature, and it would discreetly record everything. I didn't tell my mom about it because I didn't want it to impact our conversations. I didn't want it to feel stilted, but I don't even really revisit these calls very often because she sounds so different than her pre-cancer self. And also what we're talking about is really grim because it relates to her impending death. I did actually discover some voicemails that I had from my mom from 2012 on an old iPhone 3GS that I didn't trade in when I upgraded to an iPhone 5. So I'm going to play those now.
Hey, Logan, it's me. Just had a quick question for you. Actually, Lance did. When they did an update on their iPad, it took away their YouTube icon that was on the desktop, and they can't get it back. It's something to do with Google and something or other, and I just didn't know if you had a way for them to do it. I mean, he can go in through Safari or whatever and go and look at YouTube, but he said it's nothing like that was set up on the iPad when he got the iPad. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll talk to you sometime soon, and if I don't talk to you before you go to California, have a safe trip, and let me know you got there. Love you. Bye.
Obviously, it's such a trivial voicemail. It's just about tech support, basically. But it's so nice just to hear her voice in a way that was unchanged from her cancer. And it's just talking about the simple things in life, which is what I miss so much. I miss being able to call my mom and just talk about nothing, basically. This was also recorded a day before my birthday. I imagine when she called me on my birthday itself, I picked up, so she didn't leave a voicemail. But I so wish I didn't pick up on my birthday, so I would forever have her wishing me a happy birthday. But just being able to hear her say love you at the end of this means so much to me. I also have a really quick one from my brother who passed away unexpectedly in 2020.
Hey, Logan, it's Lance. We're at the hotel, seeing what you're up to. Give me a call.
Finding these felt like a gift from above, which is a feeling that anyone who has lost a loved one can relate to. And for the very brief moment when you are taking it in, it feels like something new to you, even though it's from the past. And it reminds you of what it feels like to get that outreach from them. Like when you were able to get a random phone call from your loved one, or a voicemail, or a text message. So it just brings you back in such a heartening way. Going back to January 2016, I also screenshotted all of the recent text conversations that I had with my mom, but like those final phone calls, they weren't really that representative of our communication before she had cancer. My mom was also not a big texter. She always preferred to call, so they were a little sparse, but I do at least have one where she is wishing me happy birthday. So even though I didn't get it in voicemail form, I do have it in text form. All these efforts that I'm describing are not really that relevant anymore just based on how technology has progressed. We have cloud storage that is constantly backing up everything that we say and record. We have devices in our pockets at all time that capture high quality images and videos. But taking someone for granted is a problem that can only be solved by each individual person. When you don't have mortality on the mind like most young people, you are not going to be inclined to capture your loved ones, like your mom and your dad and your siblings. Anytime that you are around them, you will just sink into the norm that you're living and just think that it will be permanent like I did when I was younger. And also, the more you are around someone, the less likely you are to capture them. I was just saying to my boyfriend that I took far less pictures of him in 2025 than I did in 2024 when I got a brand new camera. I learned a hard lesson in 2020 when I lost my brother unexpectedly that anyone can die at any moment. That's a grim reality to hold on to anytime you enter a situation with your loved ones, but it's also a good motivator to document everything because your future self will thank you. I've spent an unusual amount of time looking through old pictures while creating all this companion content for my book. Normally, I would just revisit them around the anniversaries of the passings of my loved one, but I do cherish everything that I have in my media library because it is a portal to the past when my family was whole and everything was so much simpler. I just wish that I had more. For example, my boyfriend's parents digitized all of their home movies recently and shared them with my boyfriend and his sister so they would have them forever in a digital format. Meanwhile, I have no idea where our home videos went. My dad may have thrown them away in a hurry while cleaning up our family house to get it ready to be sold after my mom passed away. So all those memories could be decomposing somewhere in a random landfill in Kansas instead of being shareable to the people in my life who didn't have the opportunity to meet my mom or brother or experience my family as an intact unit, like my boyfriend. He can't experience us in that way like I can when I watch the home movies that his parents just had digitized. The only drawback to taking too many pictures and videos and saving all your conversations is the sheer amount of cloud storage space or physical hard drive space necessary to hold it all. But I think the expense is very worthwhile considering the transportative power of this kind of media, especially in the aftermath of losing a loved one. In the next video I'll be uploading on January 17th, I'll be talking about questioning your life decisions when you are faced with the death of your parent. So hit subscribe, leave any questions in the comments. The link to my book, Losing Linda May, A Cancer Caregiving Memoir, is in the description, and I will see you all on the 17th.